Alright, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. 1 second, I gotta do something. Alright. There you go. Alright, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Sorry, I forgot to do something. Alright, let's get into the match reaction. I didn't even get to watch the match, to be honest. I just watched a few highlights here and there, so I'm not even going to be able to really give a in-depth analysis of the match. Yo, Gabriel Labonte, what's going on? Thank you for being on. Happy you got on. I was quite surprised you got on, actually. But anyways, I'm going to give pretty much, just like I said, a superficial match analysis. There's going to be no in-depth things, So anyways, we'll get on along with this kind of match reaction. I'm not expecting too many people to come on, but anyways, if you guys want to come on and talk about the match of yesterday, you're more than welcome. I wasn't able to go live yesterday just due to a few things, but anyways, let's get on with the match reaction. I did want to talk a little bit about Luka Jovic, obviously the kind of misfiring striker at the moment, sadly. I was reading some of the articles online. Total of 25 touches throughout the whole game. I don't even think he got a touch in the penalty box, which is really where he needs to get the ball at. Luka Jovic is a striker who needs to get the ball in the penalty box. If he's not going to get it in the penalty box, I'm not going to say we're playing with 10 men, but it's not really useful to have Luka Jovic, coming in deep and just playing around with the ball. I mean, he's not going to do much with it. Nice day says, good to see you, dude. Thank you for being on. It's a nice day. Abdullahi Omar, thank you for being on, dude. He says, Jovic did not get the ball from the players, not his fault, and no crosses too, not his fault. Thank you for that, Abdullahi. See, I didn't get to see the game. I didn't get to watch the game, so I don't really, I'm not really in the right, I can't really give a judicious, I would say, judgment on the game because I didn't really watch it. So there you go. Jovic did not get a lot of service. And I think that's the thing really with Luka Jovic. You're going to have to provide him service. If you don't provide him service, he's not the kind of player. He's not like Benzema. He's not going to drop in deep. He's not going to play in the midfield a little bit. He's not that kind of player. We have to provide him the service. And if we don't provide him the services, then he's really rendered useless at the end of the day. Gabriel Labonte says Jovic needs service. He didn't get any. Thank you for that, Gabriel Labonte. So there you go. The general consensus seems to be like Jovic did not get the service that he needed. And look, he needs to get that service. He needs to get that service. If he's not going to get the service, what do you expect him to do? Be some kind of, tree around the bushes or tree around the grass. He's not going to do much. He's not going to do much. So there's got to be a way to get the service to him. And I think that partly that comes from the midfield. I thought our midfield options yesterday were a little bit odd. James Rodriguez, Isco, Casemiro in the midfield. I can understand where Zidane's coming from, but it was just a bunch of bad choices. And Abdullahi says, I think it was a mix of bad service and Jovic not being in the right positions. There you go. I see. Yeah, bad service. There you go. I think that's what I'm getting. And then not being in the right positions. Yeah, probably that. I'm sure there's, as much as Jovic was saying that, he's a confident man and things along those lines, I'm sure there's a lack of confidence in there too. Hopefully we get to see more from Luka Jovic. I do expect a lot from him. I expect him to get firing. But so far it just hasn't worked out, and I think it's not Luka Jovic's fault. As Abdullahi was saying, it's a lack of service. The whole team, there's no real identity as of yet. I know Zidane's trying to build something. I think there's, I can see partly what he's trying to do, but it's not enough. There's a lot of inconsistency. I know Zidane was alluding to that. I believe it was yesterday he was alluding to that. Where and let me bring up that quote really quick, where Zidane was kind of talking about the consistency. So Zidane says the problem is that we have to show, we should have to show every 3 days that we're good. That's the difficulty. We don't do it. I won't say that I'm worried because I don't like that word. But if we want to win something this season, we need consistency. So Zidane was talking about consistency yesterday, and I think that's very, very important because we have seen throughout the season that we've been very inconsistent. 3 games, it seems like we're building something, and then all of a sudden versus RCD Mallorca, we get a loss. We need that consistency if we're to win something. And especially, I think the goal now this season is to win La Liga, and so far we just haven't seen that consistency yet. And if we don't see it, we're eventually going to lose La Liga. It's just that simple. Nice Day says, why is Courtois was playing more goals conceded than saves? I did see that kind of meme going around. It's unbelievable. I knew Courtois was going to get played. We all know that Zidane has a tendency to overplay his players, or not overplay, but play the same players over and over and over again. And I hope that he's not going to do that. I hope that he's not going to continue to do that, because that's going to ultimately lead to the demise of his tenure at Real Madrid. Solari was a coach who did that, kept playing Courtois, and at the end of the day got fired. I'm not going to say that's the complete reason why he got fired, but Zidane to repeat that same mistake. I don't want Zidane to repeat that mistake. If he continues to play Courtois, it's not going to end well. It's not going to end well for Zidane. Courtois is probably going to stay at the club. And there you go. I mean, that's really what it's going to come down to. I'd rather see Areola. I know Areola's got mistakes in him, but he's got less mistakes than Courtois. I think at the moment, if we are to look at the both keepers, which one makes less mistakes, and it just gets that bad. Abdullahi says, I know we have just started the reaction, but just wanted to say that I have not seen a worse player than Odriozola. Yeah, Odriozola isn't that great yesterday. The red card, and like I said, it's a superficial. For me, I can't really say, but Odriozola, I can see him going forward. I think he's very good. But that's the thing, you have to be good defensively too, and I think Odriozola he doesn't have that, naturally. And he's a good wing back. He's a good wing back to play in your little games, in your little Copa del Rey games, but that's about it. And I think it's a bit like Lucas Vazquez. I think Odriozola has a very, very limited role at Real Madrid. I don't think he can provide us much, and I can't wait for Hakimi to come back. I think that's what we're all waiting for. Odriozola is just a stopgap for right now. Abdullahi says he had some good times under Solari. Exactly, good times under Solari. But yes, like you said, Abdullahi, damn, he has gone down a lot. No football IQ from Odriozola. The only good things he has is pace, to be frank, and that's exactly it. That's the only thing Odriozola has really. It's pace, and also the tenacity to kind of go after the ball. To kind of even if the ball it seems like it's about to go out, he still tries to get it. He puts a cross in. He's really got that. That's about it. As a footballer, I think he's very, very limited, and I think as a result, this will be his last season at the club. Hakimi has to come back for me. Hakimi has to come back, replace Odriozola, and replace also, essentially, hopefully, Dani Carvajal eventually, because I think Hakimi is definitely the future. Near future is what I have to say. And Gabriel Labonte says, Odriozola is not Real Madrid caliber, worse than Ashley Young today, joke. Odriozola he really isn't Real Madrid caliber. That's what it comes down to. And you look at what happened yesterday, and the goal came from the right. I really don't know if it was Odriozola's fault or anything, but the goal did come from the right. Really, Courtois could have saved that. It was very easily savable from what I saw. But that's what it comes down to. It's Courtois' positioning. It's just not good enough. I think Keylor Navas, if he would have been in goal, he would have saved that. And, being at 6'6", I think Thibaut Courtois is at, I really cannot understand for the life of me how he did not save that. It was just beyond me how he doesn't save that. Some people will say it's a very good shot and things along those lines, but for me, I've seen it time and time again where Courtois, bad positioning, and it really that's what leads to those kinds of mistakes. Bad positioning, and he's also very, very reactionary, I would say reacts on his impulses. It's too quick. He needs to kind of slow down a little. And I think that comes down to the criticism that he's had also, a lack of confidence. There you go. Abdullahi says, imagine losing to Galatasaray next week, ended up like Manchester United in the Europa League. Is that right? I mean, if we lose to Galatasaray, do we end up in the Europa League? I really hope not. I mean, that would just be scary. I really hope that, for me, it's either we get into Champions League or we go out. I don't want to see us in Europa League. It's the last place I'd want to be. I'd rather be in, I don't even know a worse place, to be honest. I'd rather be in hell. I don't know what hell is like, but I'd rather be in hell. Other things to talk about. I think Kubo played a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully, there were some good signs from him. I know. So Jovic-Benzema partnership not working very well. But as the people were saying, Jovic shouldn't get a lot of service. That's what really we need to get Luka Jovic. Luka Jovic is there to get on the end of the ball. He's there to get on the end of crosses, on the end of passes. He's not really there to create and stuff like that. He's not that kind of player. And I think it just comes down to the players need to understand him a little bit more, and hopefully that comes a little bit more with time. I just don't want to see him flop. I think he's got the potential, but we just have to see. let's see. So yeah, the midfield options were a little bit weird. When I saw the 4-4-2, I was just like, well, what happened there? It was all a bit weird, all a bit convoluted. I don't think the players really knew what to do. To be honest, I really don't know. I can't give an astute judgment on on the game, but I'm assuming that the midfield was probably run over. I mean, you have Casemiro, Isco, and James in the midfield. Casemiro doing the defensive duties. You don't really have a box-to-box midfielder. Maybe Isco to some extent, and even so, I'm not sure if he's really that kind of guy. But the 4-4-2 was really odd to approach the game. The goal came at the 7th minute, obviously. Let's see. So Abdullahi says Lago has a good shot, and to be fair, it was a hard ball to save. Okay, fair enough, good point. But agree, Courtois confidence is very low. Yeah, the good point. Good point. I think that's going to cause some contention. Some people will, say it was easily savable. Some people will say we got to give him the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, at the moment, yeah, Courtois, 12 goals, 11 shots, 12. I can't remember. But yeah, it's low. For me, I can't back him ultimately. I think he's just gonna flop, and I know some people probably dislike it, but for me, I think Courtois won't make it at Madrid. I just don't think he'll make it. I would like to see Areola be given a run of games. I think he's better. But there you go. Gabriel says Vinicius still lacks the final ball. He's got skills though. Yes, I think that's always gonna be a problem throughout his career. I hope that's not the case. I hope I'm proven wrong, obviously, because I think it was Raheem Sterling as a player who he was lacking in his final ball, and he came to be really good in that. So I hope I'm proven wrong. I hope he does come to be good in that aspect. But yeah, he's still lacking a little bit, I think. Abdullahi says Valverde should have started with Casemiro in the midfield forward. Yeah, exactly. 4-3-3, Valverde starting. I think my lineup, if I'm not mistaken, I think it consisted of Casemiro, Valverde, and Isco, and that's what I would have started with. Or what I would have done is probably Valverde, Casemiro, Valverde, and James. I really don't understand why Zidane opted to bench Valverde. I didn't really understand it, especially considering that he had a really, really good game previously, I think versus Granada, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it was a little bit odd. And Abdullahi says, you are right, the players did not know what to do. Isco is too attacking. James was only good in the second half. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I've been hearing, to be honest. And Jonas, thank you for being on, dude. I didn't think you'd make it. But thank you for being on. Really do appreciate it. He says, Zidane deserves the blame. He disrespected Mallorca and played with such an unbalanced team with youngsters. And yeah, that's exactly it, Jonas. To be fair, I think there was a little bit of disrespect to Mallorca, and look, it's true. Zidane's right. Zidane's right. Every team in La Liga we have to take very, very seriously. I think La Liga's level at this point is very, very good. And a lot of people, people from other leagues, they'll want to say, it's a 3-horse race. But when you look at the league table, you have Granada in 3rd place and Real Sociedad in 4th place. So you do have. I really don't know actually. I'd have to check again. But you have teams that you have to respect every single team, and I know Zidane alluded to this a lot in his press conferences. So yes, we do have to respect every single team, even a team like Mallorca, to be honest, even a team like Real Betis who are in relegation zone. Abdullahi says, yeah, our midfield was too open yesterday. Exactly, that's what I was scared at when I saw the 4-4-2. It's the midfield. We lack a little bit of balance in the midfield. And let's see. So if I do want to get into a couple of other things, it's not going to be too many things because obviously I can't, like I said, I can't give a very, very good judgment on the game. Let's see, 66 minutes. Jovic failed to. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to give Jovic too much stake. Not enough service. At the end of the day, what can you do with that? Courtois for me, I know some people wouldn't give him too much stake. For me, I think it could have been savable, but. It is what it is. It is what it is. There were injuries, obviously. Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, Gareth Bale. Eden Hazard wasn't even in the team, so it's obviously going to be very, very difficult with that already. But I don't think we gave enough respect to Mallorca playing a 4-4-2. Trying, experimenting different things. Maybe we didn't give enough respect, like Jonas was saying. Let's see. So the Odriozola red card, Odriozola, that's what it is. As people were saying, he's just not Real Madrid caliber. I think at the end of the day. He's just a stopgap. He's just a stopgap waiting for Hakimi to come back. Once Hakimi comes back, we sell Odriozola. We go on with the Hakimi. Maybe Carvajal has second fiddle. Poor Carvajal, but there you go. Let's see here. Dulai says, through this year, I have told everybody that we should be calm and that we are Real Madrid. But look at us now. Look at us now. I will be shocked if we finish with the title. I will too, to be honest. I was surprised that we were first place. Yeah, it's going to be a difficult year for me. This is a year where it's going to be a tough year. It's not going to be a year where we're going to be, winning too many titles and things along those lines. It's going to be one of those years where, we just got to get through it. Try to experiment with different things. Hopefully Zidane can, just do enough to get to continue in this job, because I do trust Zidane. I do trust his acumen. I think he's got it. But I think he will make some mistakes along the way. And Abdullahi says, Galatasaray is arguably the most important match of the season so far. Exactly. All right, if we lose that, our season in CHL is done. I think it is one of the most important matches, as you're saying, Abdullahi. It's going to be a difficult one. Galatasaray is never easy. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think we're playing away, even more difficult, to be honest, Galatasaray. But I think there is Feguli, I think there is Falcao, who we're still waiting to see if they're going to be fit or not. If I'm not mistaken. I just really saw it just really quickly. And Jonas says Zidane should bench Luka Jovic, who's useless, and give a chance to Mariano. There you go. Yeah, that's a very good point, Jonas. Mariano, who offers explosiveness and speed on the break, while Jovic offers nothing, is even worse than Mayoral, to be frank. Well, he is actually worse than Mayoral at the moment, but you know what? Mayoral has had more time, so I think, to be fair to Jovic, he hasn't had as much time. I think Jovic has more quality than Mayoral. I think Mayoral is very low, but yeah, I can see what you mean. Yes, I think Mariano should be given a chance, to be fair. I think that's a very good point, Jonas. I really like that. I think we forget a lot that Mariano is still in the team, to be honest. And I'm trying to hold it all in here, but I think we do forget that, and Mariano is a player who, he's got so much energy in him. I just absolutely love him. I really thought he was going to make it at Madrid, but eventually, of course, that decision was wrong. He so far didn't make it, but he's a player who really, I really back him. I really like the energy that he brings to Madrid, and I can still remember when we played Fenerbahce in the preseason. It really was down to him why we won that game, because I mean, during that game, we saw periods of times where Galatasaray, it just seemed like they were going to come back. It just seemed like, yeah, he really, with his energy, he provided everyone kind of the impetus to kind of to win that game. It was amazing. I really hope to see Mariano more as time goes on, but Zidane, I really doubt Zidane is going to inculcate him into his plans. Gabriel Levante says, do you think Eden Hazard should have played, or it was okay since it was the birthday of his son? I think Ronaldo would have played if he was in Hazard's position. And Gabriel Levante, that is a very good question. Thank you for bringing that up. That is a question that I was just kind of wavering on, to be honest. I really wasn't sure what position to take on this, what stance to take on this. What I do have to say, I think, I really think he should have played. I think Eden Hazard should have played. And see, this is where I'm at a crossroads a little bit. Let me know, of course, in the comments what you guys think of the Eden Hazard situation. For me, I think he should have played. However, the birth of a son is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so I can kind of understand where he's coming from. It's really tough. I think Zidane did do the right decision in kind of empowering Hazard with the choice, to give him the power to make the choice, But I really think Eden Hazard should have played. But I can understand Eden Hazard. It's once in a lifetime. If he decided not to play, I can't give him too much stake, because it's a once in a lifetime opportunity to see something like that. So I'm not going to give him too much stake. I'm going to vindicate Eden Hazard for this time. But he hasn't, with the misfiring, I would say he hasn't helped himself too much. But anyways, I guess that's my position on Hazard. I think what I have to say about it is I think he should have played, but I can understand why he didn't play, if that makes sense. Abdullahi says, we are playing in I feel like it was okay. So okay, there you go. We played against a Mallorca team where we should have won with or without Eden Hazard. Not even Ronaldo would have played, to be on. Let's be honest. And there you go. I think Abdullahi does make a good point. Even Ronaldo maybe wouldn't have played. Arguably wouldn't have played. As professional as Ronaldo is, arguably maybe he wouldn't have played. So we do have to realize that the birth of a son or a daughter or anything like that it's such it's a very, very, very moving moment. So I just have to say, you know what, Eden Hazard, maybe I think I should have played, but you know what, that is from my perspective. I think from Eden Hazard's perspective, you know, I can totally understand. I can totally understand. So that's what I have to say about that. I'm going to go into a couple more minutes, and I'm pretty much going to end it there, guys, just because I really don't have much content. You know, I wish I would have talked more about the game. I wish I would have watched the game, but unfortunately, there you have it. I didn't watch the game, just work and stuff like that. I'm going to try to give the channel more consistency. I have to come up with a plan. I'm going to try to devise a plan. I'm going to try to get someone else to help me with the channel to film and stuff like that. I'm going to try to give the channel more consistency. I feel like these past few days it's not been very consistent. I'm going to have to come up with a plan. I'll have to see. Anyways, the Real Madrid versus Galatasaray squad did get announced. I know Bale and Modric and Vasquez was omitted from the squad, so I was quite surprised to see that. I really don't know what's going on with Gareth Bale. Probably a little niggle again. I wouldn't be surprised. Modric, I think, is injured. Vasquez is injured. So there you go for that. I think Hazard, Benzema, Jovic, Brahim, Vinicius, and Rodrigo in the squad. So that's good news for Brahim and Rodrigo. I think that's very good news. I would like to see Brahim. I don't think we're going to see him in the Champions League. Maybe just a substitution or something like that, a cameo appearance or something along those lines, but I really doubt it. Hey, what's up, James? Thank you for being on, dude. It's probably going to end pretty soon, James. Sorry about that, but I'm going to summarize really soon, James, so hopefully I can kind of succinctly recap everything. Abdullahi says, let's talk about the next CHL game. Bale and Modric are still injured. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for that. I'm probably going to do a match preview tomorrow, actually. So I'm going to be able to do that. It's probably going to be later on in the day, but maybe I can just talk about it a little briefly. Abdullahi says, Brahim can also start on the right, but the lack of match time is a bit worrying. Exactly. I wouldn't, as much as I love Brahim, as much as I think he's skillful, as much as I think he's a good player, I think to start him in a game, in a Champions League game of this magnitude, where everything's kind of on the brink of everything, it would just be too much for Brahim Diaz. I think we just kind of have to wait it off for him, as much as I would like to see him. So let's see for the squad. We got Benzema, obviously, Jovic, Brahim, Vinicius. I really don't know what he's going to play, but obviously not having Bale, I really don't know what he's going to do. Vinicius, Hazard, Benzema is a possibility. I don't think he's going to go back to the 4-4-2, to be honest, after what happened. 3-5-2 is a possibility. That's something that Zidane did kind of experiment with in the preseason. So I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm quite interested. I'm going to do I'm going to talk about the press conference tomorrow as well. If I'm not mistaken, I think the game's Tuesday, so I'm going to be able to watch that game most definitely. Abdullahi says Brahim can also start on the right. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Sorry about that, Abdullahi. James says, I'm really scared for the Galatasaray game. I think if we lose, we will play in the Europa League. And yes, you're right, James. Abdullahi did mention that if we do lose, we're going to end up in Europa League. Last place I really, really want to end up, to be honest. I really don't want to end up in the Europa League. As I've said, it's either Champions League or we go out. Europa League for us, how can Real Madrid win the Europa League? It's just beyond me, right? It's like, yeah, it would be silly to do that, but I really hope that's not the case. I don't even want to think about it. I can't even fathom that idea. So let's see here. I think that's all I have to say. I'm going to quickly recap what I said. So pretty much, obviously, Jovic not having any service, that didn't really help him. The whole team kind of lacked chemistry, seemed to lack balance as of yesterday. Obviously kind of having those two midfielders, Casemiro, Isco, and then obviously James on the right professionally, but I think James was playing in the midfield as well. So I think that whole midfield kind of lacked balance. Obviously, Odriozola is not the greatest player for Real Madrid. Hopefully we do sell him at next year. For me, that seems to be the general consensus amongst the Real Madrid fans, and that's the case for me. I think at this point, Odriozola, at the end of the year, hopefully we do get rid of him. Not anything bad, not in a bad, not in a bad way, but there you go. And then the other things that I did want to say, let's see. One shot, one goal for Mallorca. Courtois, could he have saved that? I'd have to look at it again and again. I really think Keylor Navas would have saved that. I think Courtois' positioning just is kind of a bit off, but I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But when you look at his stats, there's questions to be made there. And then the injuries, obviously, Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, Gareth Bale, Eden Hazard, obviously out for the birth of his child. It didn't really help us, obviously. It made the trip to Mallorca kind of tricky. Odriozola red card. Yeah, there you go. So that's pretty much the recap for that. Pretty much just a brief summary about that. Let's not imagine Real in your what league, man. Exactly. Have you done the player ratings, brother? I haven't. The reason I haven't, maybe I could leave that to you guys. To be honest. Yeah, look, I really don't want to do it today, and I think the reason that is that I just didn't watch the game, so it would be very distorted. Yeah. Next year, Ashraf will come back. Exactly. Yeah. He will be coming back. I'm really, really, really happy. Really excited to see him come back because if I'm not mistaken, I mean, didn't he score a brace versus? I can't even remember. He bagged, I know, a hat trick of assists versus Atletico Madrid last year. I think he bagged a brace versus one of the teams in the UCL this year. So, or was it a hat trick? I can't even remember. He's been playing really, really good football with Dortmund. So I really hope to see him really, really a lot better, I would say. Maybe Odriozola won't have to play anymore. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm hoping. Jonas says, I hope Clásico is postponed because Real ain't ready for Barcelona's gained form. Yeah, I think most likely it is going to be postponed. I think it's tomorrow, right, that we know the answer. So I think we'll know tomorrow if it's postponed or not. So yeah, definitely. And Abdullah says, if we don't get into CHL next season, I don't think Hakimi would choose us over Dortmund. Ooh, man, there you go. That's a good point. Don't tell me that. James says, yeah, he's only on loan. That's true. He's only on loan. If we want him back, there's nothing Dortmund can do. Exactly. I think it was a similar situation with Carvajal, right? Carvajal was at Bayer Leverkusen. He's doing really, really good there. And Bayer Leverkusen essentially were just powerless. They really couldn't do much. So there you go. Let's see. James says Brace versus Slavia Prague. There you go. Slavia Prague. There you go. Probably not a big team, but you know what? A brace for a right back. Hey, that's pretty good. And Abdullah says, yeah, that's fair. Let's not do the ratings then. Yeah, sorry. We would all be back for the CHL preview. I hope you'll be back with another great video. Thank you so much, Abdullah. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, I'll be back with another video. I'm not sure what time to make it at, actually. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is a good time for you guys. Maybe it could be at 2 p.m. This is 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Or I could just make it 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm not really sure what's a good time for you guys. This seems to be a pretty good time though. But I know there's school for some of you tomorrow. I had the week off, to be honest, but I'll have to see. Abdullah says El Clásico is postponed till the 18th of December. There you go, 18th of December. There you go, man. Yeah, there you go. I think James was telling me that, actually. So there you go, 18th of December. Thanks for a great stream. Thank you so much, Abdullah. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, we'll make it tomorrow then. Tomorrow at 2 p.m., I think, is going to be the next match preview. Yeah, so 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'll probably kind of post a little Instagram post letting you guys know the time. And there you have it, guys. That's pretty much all. Thank you guys so much for watching. You know, even despite this kind of, I wish I would have offered more, but there you go. That's pretty much the match reaction. Thank you so much, James. Really do appreciate it. Have a good day. And Gabriel Abante, have a good day. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate you being on. And have a good day, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.